Hey world, how you doing today? It's Monday, the 26th. Hope everybody had a blessed Christmas yesterday. Um, blessed whatever. You guys, celebrate. You guys do what you got to do. Get the gifts right. Get the kids right. Get you right. At the end of the day, I'm glad everybody's all right. Monday 26th. We at Danny Malone function right now. I hope everybody tuned in on the last show. I had to go in. I had to go in. Ain't no regrets on nothing. I went in and did what I had to do and say what I had to say. Period. Today, what we're gonna talk about is me, basically. We're gonna talk about the road that I was on, and I'll probably bring up a few people, that mean something, and there'll probably be some people that I don't bring up that don't mean anything. But there's gonna be a few names that I bring up, and all in good spirit. I'll tell you that much. All right. So I'm gonna start this story by saying, um, I was in a relationship for about 5.5 years. I was living in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, uh, with my girlfriend, ex girlfriend. So we had two dogs. I just wanted to say that brief. Then we lost one, which was the worst day of our lives. It was not my dog, but it was my dog. You know what I mean? Like, um, you know, her name was Star. Real good dog, man. Like really good. Like she was the best. Like she was like a kid because I didn't have kids. So me having the dogs, it gave me, some type of something to do, and I treated them good, and I never wanted to see anything happen to any of them, So, but yeah, she passed. So we had Buddy, you know. Um, but I thought about it. I was like, it's crazy because we got Buddy, because one of my friends, she was in a bad situation, so she didn't want to, put the dog anywhere, just anywhere. So it ended up that we took the dog in and we got connected to it. And my woman, my ex, she's like, you better tell your friend she ain't getting this dog. It was like, she said, we're going to hold it down for a few weeks. And, it was crazy because 2 months passed. She can't come back and get that dog. I mean, after 2 months, like, get out of here. You didn't bring no food. You didn't bring nothing. It's over. So my woman was my ex was like, she was gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? She was gonna fight that girl. Like if she tried to come get the dog, and we wasn't giving her the dog back because it got the buddy got cool with Star. They got cool together. They was really nice together. It was crazy. So like, and we got connected to him. He became family. So it was ruthless, man. But anyways, lost Star on Friday. We took her to one of the places to get cremated, and got her cremated. Um, it was a sad day, man. It was really a sad day for me and for my ex, for her. It was crazy. But but this is how the story goes. I left from that house, because I had to go. The love was never there. The love wasn't there. Nothing was there. It was all my fault. I left. Whatever. I take all the blame. And when I left, I was I have nowhere to go. I know, the house that we had, we went half and half on it, and me leaving, the house, it left me with nothing. So I had nothing, literally. So what happened was when I left, um, I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was in my car. I put everything in the car. Went to this one chick. That shit didn't work out. She fucking was a crazy, crazy chick, and that didn't work out. Got out of there. Got out of that situation real quick. Very violent person when she drinks. can't deal with that shit. So I left out of that. So I ended up staying at my brother's house with his woman and my nephew, nieces, nephews, and I was on the couch. So I was paying them because I was doing the tablets and phones at the time. Well, I was doing tablets at the time. So me doing the tablets at the time, it was like, you know what, do the tablets, and then like half of the money that I get, I'll just give to my brother's um wife's mom. So I used to give her money every day so I could stay there, take a shower, so on and so forth. So one day came, man, and I was working for PTM Consulting. I hit up the CEO, you know, Sunil. I hit him up. I said, look, man, things ain't going good here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with the people that I'm dealing with, that I'm working with. I'm not feeling the shit, and I need to go, and I need to go to another place to do something because I cannot do it here anymore. Excuse me. So he was like, I mean, the only place that you could go, he's like, I'm gonna call you back. This is how he be. He's like, I'm gonna call you back. I got you. I got you. Let me see if I can make you comfortable. Let me see how I can make you comfortable. So, long story short, um, he said Baltimore. He's like, call up Mike. So I call up Mike, and Mike Pender. He came a long way, man, and I give him his respect. I give him his props, man, because he came from the bottom in the marketing and sales business. So it was like, you know what? Let me call him up. So long story short, I left in an Uber. I left in a Lyft. So basically, I got all my clothes ready. I left my brother's house and I left to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, so me leaving to Baltimore, Maryland, it's another state. It's somewhere that I've never been before. And I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, man, I'm white. I'm like, man, this is. I'm like, damn. I mean, I made it in New York. I made it in the projects. I haven't been there in so long. So it's like, damn, I'm about to go back to the projects, but at an older age than when I was in the projects at a younger age, if you understand where I'm coming from. If you ever been to Baltimore, Maryland, I'm telling you, man, it's ruthless, man. So the one of the lifts came and I'm like, yo, this is going to Baltimore, Maryland, right? She's like, what? She's like, I didn't see that. I said, yeah, it's Baltimore, Maryland. It's like 3 hour ride. Are you ready for that? Because I'm looking at her like, because it looked like she wanted to just do this shit and go party and get a drink. You know what I'm saying? After this little ride that she thought it was a little ride. It wasn't a little ride. So at the end, it was like 3 different cars that came and they declined. They declined the whole thing because they wasn't taking no 3 hour ride. And finally, I get my ride coming. I see the plate that says Massachusetts. So the guy was already going out that way. So bet. So my brother and my niece, it was like, look, and the people from Baltimore, China, Mike, it was like, look, once that because they paid for my ride from Allentown, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland. So long story short, they said, look, China was like, yo, look, this is what I need you to do. I need you to just grab your bags, put that shit in the back, and just jump in the car and tell them to go. Because at the end of the day, we ain't gonna be going through all these cars because a lot of people, blah blah blah. And then he had me sit in the front, which was cool. I filled the back seat with all the bags and shit. I brought all my shit, all my clothes, all the clothes I needed, like my dress pants, my dress coats, etc. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Every time I come on here, man, I'm yawning, man. I apologize, guys. I really do, man. I'm just hustling and working hard right now, and I'm just trying to put this thing on the map. So long story short, I got up in the vehicle. So we took our trip on the way to Baltimore, Maryland. So they set up an Airbnb for me. I was paying $360 a week. The office was about walking distance. I was in the hood. I was in Druid Hill. I was on Druid Hill Avenue. That's a rough spot in Baltimore, Maryland. I'll tell you that much. It's like a few blocks away from the casino, a few blocks away from Baltimore Ravens Stadium. So I'm out there. The office is not that far away, walking distance, a few miles, but my fat ass needed to walk. But there was sometimes where I had my dress shoes on, my dress pants, my dress shirt, where I looked really nice, to where I had to walk. You know what I'm saying? Remember, didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have anything. You know what I mean? They paid, uh, PTM consultant paid for my ride to go from Allentown, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland, but they didn't pay for it because I had to pay for that out of my pocket when I started getting paid, which wasn't that that uh that soon. It was fast. It was fast. Once I got there, I got to work. So I got there. I got to the Airbnb. They paid for everything. They paid for my Airbnb, whatever, for the week. So I was like, all right, good, cool. So now I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. So basically, I'm there. I'm walking to the office from where I'm at, in Drew Hill Avenue, in Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm getting my money. I'm making my money. I'm paying $360 a week for the Airbnb, which is really nice. I heard a lot of mice. I can tell you that much. There was a lot of mice in that spot, up in the ceiling, down and around, all around. But it was a nice little room that I had. I had a little bathroom, and all I heard was gunshots. All I heard was fights. All I heard was a lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of crazy stuff in Baltimore, Maryland. I'll tell you much. So after that, I started, going to the office, training for iSolar, where the individuals, that qualified for the iSolar, this energy was it was green, and it would take 10% off their bill and stuff like that. So I learned that. I was doing that, and I was doing Alpha Gas and Electric at the time. So I was doing Alpha Gas and Electric, doing their gas and electric at a fixed rate, and then I was doing the iSolar for the 10% off. So there was three different things I was doing and getting paid three different things. So it was really nice. So my checks was really good every week. And my first week there, I blew it out the water. I made over a G. So I was happy. So I got my little 360, and then I got money to put away. So then I got a little stick. I was like, you know what? My feet are hurting. My feet was hurting. When I tell you back of my feet were hurting from all this walking, I was hurting. So, but this one cat, he was giving me the rides. He was picking me up for a little bit. And then one day, came to the office. He was like, yo, I can't do it no more. I'm trying to build my team. You are basically stopping me from doing that. So you got to find another ride. You got to find something else. I said, all right, man, whatever, man. I already knew that you was going to do this shit. So I was like, you know what? I already have my mindset on what I was going, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So I had an observation that day in Baltimore, Maryland, doing the door to door. So I'm doing the door to door with this chick. She see I don't got a car. She see I don't got nothing. But she still flowed with me. She still rocked with me. She got like, she was with me for like an hour. I showed her the business, and I think she's still doing good today. I would hope so, because I'm not really in that business anymore. So, I'm happy that I still had the skill to teach in another state. So I did that. And so I got, I'm like, shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Got no ride no more. I got to walk from here to all the way there. Shit, it was like the yellow brick road, for real, for real. Like, follow the yellow brick road, like, for real. Like, from where they was at in the end, and you see the palace all the way down there. That's where my Airbnb was. I had to walk that shit every single day. Getting sick of it. So, it was crazy. So a new guy came from, he represents, his name Ricardo. He represented um Jacksonville, Florida, Orlando, Florida. He represented South Carolina, North Carolina. Real good dude, man. Got the accent, dress, thorough as hell, man. First day I met him, we started talking, and then after that, that was it. I got his number, everything was good. Man, this guy, man. Now let me tell you guys something, man. This is real, man. This is as real as it can get, man. He seen that I was walking to the office. He seen that I was struggling. He seen all this stuff. He didn't have to do nothing for me. He didn't have to do anything but come here and train, because that's what these guys did. They came to Baltimore, Maryland with Mike Pender to train, because Mike Pender was, he was in his prime. Like, the dude is solid. The dude is good. Like, what I mean? He got good. And with him getting good, it just bettered the situation when we had people coming from other states to Baltimore, Maryland, where I was at, where I stayed for about 2 months. So I meet Ricardo. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You know, how you doing? You know, I'm from New York. You know, I lived in Allentown, Pennsylvania. You know, we talking, we busting it up. He's like, yo, take my number, and we're gonna get up. You know what I mean? I got you. Don't worry. And so basically, he's seen what the dude did to me. Mind you, we were all together, and then he's seen what the dude did to me with the ride situation. He had a vehicle, so it was a so you know I didn't want to use the situation just because he had a vehicle. That ain't my style. So what happened was he, hit me up. He's like, yo, so when I text him my number and all that. He's like, yo, you good? You know, if you need anything, just let me know. I got you. You know what I mean? No worries, because we in this together. I was like, damn. He came from, you know, South Carolina, North Carolina, Jacksonville, Florida, Orlando, Florida. These are the places where he was stomping his grounds. And he's a real marketer, and he's a real salesman. You know what I mean? I could tell a real marketer and salesman from a distance. I don't need to really talk to you. I just got to look at you and see if you got what it takes. And this man had what it takes. And I was like, man, like I'm looking at him and I'm seeing me, because, he just started and I'm looking at me and I'm like, man, this is good. And he's a fast learner. Everything was working out smooth. So I hit him up one day. I was like, look, man, I got to do laundry, man. I need some help, man. So he was like, you know what? Yo, I'll be right at your crib, man. Drop the address. I'll come to you and I'll take you to the, go do your laundry. And when I'm not going to stay, he's like, I'm going to go with my wife, because he brought his wife to the work, for a little bit. And she was even pregnant. It was crazy. That's why I said, like, people are hungry, and people that are hungry is going to do what they got to do to figure things out, to make the money that they need to make to survive. And this is that type of guy. So long story short, he's picking me up, taking me to go to the laundromat, picking me up to go to, he's like, yo, look, you don't got to walk no more. I see you, you know what I mean? You walking. Nah, I'm going to pick you up in the morning time. Just be ready to go to the office, and I'm going to pick you up every morning. I was like, it couldn't get no better than this. Like, the man took me to go wash my clothes, then picked me up with his wife, pregnant, baby. Like, come on, man. People don't do, come on. Who does this stuff? For people they don't know, right? So he took me to the laundromat. I did my laundry, blah, blah, blah. Got it done. I called him, like, yo, laundry done. He came, picked me up. Bow. Took me to the spot, put my clothes away, real nice and neat. Said, I'll see you in the morning. Gave him a handshake. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. You're a blessing to me. I appreciate you. I praise people that look out. I praise people that look out no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. So that was that. Found a barbershop. Took me to his barbershop. Go there. Get your haircut there. Ask for so-and-so. Hook me up. Boom. So now, not only do I got my ride, not only do I got, somebody that I'm working with, because me and him started working together, doing door to door. He got me a barber. So I was going to that barbershop where I was at. Wasn't that far away to walk. But like, I was an outsider for real. Like, one day I was out there in the front smoking a cigarette, looking all ghetto, gangster, with my stuff on my tent. I had like, no, I didn't even look gangster. Fuck that. I looked like the police. I had a dress shirt, dress shoes, dress pants, and I'm rapping. I end up rapping with these guys. Like, I'm rapping songs and shit. I'm like, I know how to rap. Like, I'm good. And I was rapping, and I think that's what really got me cool. Plus my boy that knows the guy put me on to him. So he told them, yo, he's good. He knows this. He knows that. Yo, he's straight. Don't mess with that guy. You mess with him, you messing with me. So basically, I got the props now. So, long story short, me and Ricardo on the doors, going door to door, right? And let me tell you something. Out there, like, you gotta be out there. You know what I mean? We out there secure. We was secure in the bag, for real. We was in and out of these places, making our money, doing what we gotta do. And like, sometimes, like, when it gets to a certain time in Baltimore, Maryland, you don't want to be out there, but we was out there. It didn't matter because we was getting this money, and it didn't matter what time it was. We had to get it, and we had to do it. You know what I mean? Um, there was the weeks I was trying to give him a few bucks for gas for the week. Trying to give him a few bucks for whatever. He never took it. He's like, no, I'm good. No, this is a blessing. Just take it as a blessing. I don't want nothing from you. But I still threw it at him because you can't drive a car without gas. And if you're picking me up out of your way, I'm gonna pay you. So I have to look out. So I did. So me and him was rocking out. You know what I mean? So it was a time where he had to leave, and that's when my eyes opened. I was like, damn, my ride is leaving. The guy that was my angel is leaving. My angel is leaving, basically. This was my angel. This is the one that took me to go, wash my clothes. This is the one that was with me door to door on the field, working, busting our butts. He was from another state like I was from another state. We didn't know each other. We just met there. But this guy had my back, man, and I give him big, big, big props for this. You know what I mean? So we out there securing the bag, and then it was time for him to go. You know what I mean? And he learned what he had to learn. He learned the phones, he learned the tablets, he learned the ISO, he learned the door to door, he learned everything. And it was he learned it so fast. It was like I was there for 2 months. He was there about the time that I was there, and he had to go. He left, and I was like my heart was messed up because I'm like, damn, I'm around these fools in this office. They all about themselves. They don't care about me because they know that I'm somewhere else. I'm just out here doing some training and working. That's all they know. They don't know, the situation for real. You know what I mean? So it was like fuck, you know what I mean? Like I'm losing my friend here. I'm losing somebody that that had my back, and I'm losing them. You know what I'm saying? So it hurt me a little bit. Um, so I said, you know what? Fuck this. I got to do something. So I got a big check. So I paid my Airbnb. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get a vehicle some way somehow. So I got a U-Haul. I got the 10 foot and the small 10 foot, the one that was small. So I got that shit. I went over. I took a chance. I went over there. I got the U-Haul. I was paying $256 a week. So I got the U-Haul. So I'm taking the U-Haul out. So mind you, I'm by myself. I'm working by myself because nobody want to work with me. And they was trying to give me people, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not trying to train nobody for you because I'm not staying here long because my boy just left. I'm pissed off, and I got to be on the streets, let alone do these rounds and do these do everything that you got to do as a salesman. Write down your addresses for your comebacks. You got to go through the blocks, you got to go through the streets, and these streets ain't nothing to play with. I'm telling you, Baltimore, Maryland ain't no game. So long story short, did all that. So one day on a Saturday, man, this one, the manager that I was under now, he calls me like, yo, cause we ain't moving no tablets, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. And I'm like, come on, man, like, all right. And he was like pleading to me, like, yo, I need you, man, because ain't nothing happening. So long story short, I grabbed all my shit, man, threw it in that U-Haul, which I had, and took that shit to Allentown, Pennsylvania, and left. So I went there. I went back to Allentown to help him out because he was like crying to me on the phone, like just crying, and he was putting dirt on people, and I'm like, I don't want dirt on nobody. I'm just trying to make the money, and I'm trying to survive, and that's it. So basically, when I went back, I had nowhere to stay. Sunil opened up the office, which was mine. It wasn't the other manager. I was on 6th and Turner. That was my office. That's where I had to stay. So I slept in that shit. I slept in the office. I was on 3 fucking chairs. I slept on 3 chairs. Now, mind you, I'm doing the tablets. The tablets pay every single day. So basically, every tablet you give somebody, you get $20. So I'm doing these tablets. I'm busting these tablets out. I'm living in the office. I'm sleeping on 3 chairs. I ain't lying to you. I wasn't sleeping in the U-Haul. I had all my clothes and shit in the U-Haul. And I used to go to the laundromat with the U-Haul. I had the U-Haul for a little bit. I used the U-Haul. I went to the laundromat, washed my clothes, put the shit back in the back. Didn't have a lock. Nobody went in the back. Nobody stole nothing. Thank God. Maybe they knew it was mine. I don't know. But so I was living out of a U-Haul, and I was living in an office. So basically, every fucking day, I had to go in front of the office. I used to wash up in the bathroom, brush my teeth, like I was living somewhere, and then I'll be out in the front with the table and the chairs, getting people to come in to hire or to give them a tablet for $20, whatever, whatever. So then I went over. I said, you know what? Let me do this. Let me go up here, man, and regulate. So I went to Little Apple on 7th and Tillman, and where the windows, how the windows is, and if you look at one of the windows, you see all the rice. That's where I was at, right there. So I started the tablets right there, and that's when everybody started coming out of it. Well, we're like, oh, I want to do that too, blah, 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 coming from other cities and shit like that in Pennsylvania, Williamsport, Wilkes-Barre and shit. They coming out here messing with my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the hell out. Go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Why are you coming here for? Go. And then I'm doing the $20 tablets, and they trying to do $10 tablets, trying to beat on my shit. And I'm trying to like, yo, y'all better y'all better stop, because I'm about to get crazy out here. You know what I mean? And it was just a crazy situation. So, long story short, that's what happened. So I'm in the office. So one day, man, I wake up, and like the US bank card, that shit, something landed on my card. I woke up, it was on a Wednesday. I'll never forget it, man. A few $1,000s was on my card. If that wasn't God, if that wasn't a sign of anything, it was crazy. Man, I got that money, man. It was on. I did what I had to do. I got I got everything. And then I was in a hotel. I was staying in a hotel till I got, a reliable place to stay. Um, but you see where it came from, see where I came from, see where I left the state, came back to shit to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't stay with the manager because, couldn't do that. But I did stay in the office, in my office, slept on 3 chairs, um, worked every day, busted my butt every single day. When I tell you I was making $300-$400 a day, I was doing it. And and the reason why I was doing it, because I was hungry and I was in a bad situation. All you people that are in a bad situation, if you're hungry and you want it, just go out there and go get it, because everything else is gonna come. So when like I said, when I got that money, I got in the hotel. I wasn't staying no more in that shit, in that office, and I got my shit together. I got my shit right. You know what I'm saying? Um, that was a blessing. That was a blessing of from up top. So after that situation occurred, um, then I had got a room with a family member. Got the vehicle, so I was basically paying rent and paying for the vehicle that I got, and I just started flowing from there, man. And then the thing started getting sour. Like I couldn't do it no more. You know what I mean? I feel like I was being used and abused. You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't work. So after so long, you can make money, but if you're not having fun and you're not liking your situation, then you have to fix it some way somehow. So like I said, then I left that situation, whatever, whatever, and I just did some other stuff. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I started all of this on 7th Street. I started all this stuff on 7th Street. Tablets on 7th Street. You know, in the area where I got locked up for selling drugs. You understand what I'm saying? I turned drugs into a actual job that is good. Like I turned negative into positive. You know what I mean? And any of y'all could do that. You know what I'm saying? And coming from the bottom where I came from, if I could do it, you can do it. And that's the story. You know what I mean? The story is that no matter how hard you hit the floor, as long as you can get up from that hard fall, then you have the opportunity to get it all. You heard what I just said? If you got up from that hard fall, then you deserve to get it all. And that's my story today. The hard fall gave me it all. gave me the experience, gave me the trials and tribulations, give me all that, because I took it all and I made it into something. You know what I mean? So my story, I hope it hits somebody today. And sorry it's so long, but it's the story is what it is. This is the Danny Malone function, and remember, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, remember this: a dream is only seen if you see it. Don't try to look at other people's dream and think that you're gonna be in that dream or you're gonna be it. Don't look at other people's stuff. Look at your dream. Look at what you want to do. Look at your future and look at all your stuff that you want, and you go out there and you go get it. Because I came from sleeping on 3 chairs to getting a lump sum of money to to getting out of that situation and bettering my situation. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you this to cry. I'm not explaining this to for you guys to feel sad for me or bad for me. No. I'm giving you this because I went through it, and I went through it the hard way, and that's why I'm sitting the way I'm sitting right now. And at the end of the day, right now it ain't even, easy. But I'll tell you this, it's going to get better and better as this goes because I'm going to stay focused, and the focus is going to bring me to my achievements of my goals. That was my dream. And this is the Danny Malone function. And, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Hate, I don't care what you do. But at the end of the day, I hope this hits somebody out there and let you know that you're not the only one that's struggling. You're not the only one that's down. You're not the only one that fell and got up. I did too. And please like and subscribe. You subscribe, it's free. You hit subscribe, it's free. I'm not charging you nothing. You know what I mean? So thank you, YouTube, for giving me the pleasure, give me the time and everything that you do, that you guys give for me. I appreciate it much. And tune in for tomorrow's show. And I hope you guys have a blessed night. And this is the Danny Malone function. And it must go on every day.